Good afternoon, cult members, and welcome to Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And we're just going to get into it because we have a bunch to talk about. This is our trailer reaction to Dune. So excited. So here we go. Dune, and go. Legend. Wait for it. Daddy.
There's something awakening in my mind. I can't control it.
What did you see?
There's a crusade coming.
Do you often dream things that happen just as you dreamed them?
Yes.
The test is simple. Remove your hand from the box, and you die.
What's in the box?
Pain.
What's in the box?
Pain.
You inherit too much power. You have proven you can rule yourself.
Look, they updated the shields.
Oh,
Learn
nice.
to rule others. Something none of your ancestors learned.
My father rules an entire planet.
He's losing it.
He's getting a richer one.
He'll lose that one too.
I love the armor.
Arrakis is a death trap.
Oh, God, it's so good.
Extermination. They're taking my family off one by one.
Let's fight like demons.
An animal caught in a trap will gnaw off its own leg to escape. What will you do?
I know you.
One day, the legend will be born. All of civilization.
Are they
We have worm
show 'em?
sightings.
I'm gonna save it.
The future. I can see it. And it's not fear. Fear is the mind killer.
My Lord Duke.
Where the fear is gone,
Muad'Dib.
We're not there
only
yet.
I will remain.
Worm sign. Yep.
We have a. It's got a few more teeth.
Nice. Everyone not in this movie, please raise your hand.
Holy fucking shitballs. Okay. Got that out of the system.
Yes, so this is definitely a movie theater, IMAX if you can,
Jesus,
at least
this
Dolby.
the very minimum, this is going to be Dolby.
Yeah.
But this is
I would love
probably
to see
going to
it in
be
IMAX.
multiple times IMAX, Dolby.
Yes.
This will be. We have been having a long conversation about going to see Tenet. We're probably pretty close to seeing it here. This is one I am going to see in the theater.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
So speaking of that, do we have a release date?
December.
December. Okay.
I believe it's December. Keep talking amongst yourself. This is one of the few times that I've done IMDb with December 18th. So we brought IMDb up because there's so many people in this trailer that we know.
Everybody's
Stilgar is Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
And you don't even recognize him as Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
And he's Stilgar.
Yeah.
I am going to have a ton of thoughts of the different things I heard today, but I want to know what you felt.
Okay. So I saw. Now we have seen the original Dune.
We own it.
Right. Multiple,
I love it.
multiple times. But it's definitely showing its age.
Yes.
We have watched the, I don't remember, Sci-Fi
Sci-Fi did it, yeah.
series, and it is much more like the books, that it goes on and on and on and on and on and on, and you're
Right,
like, oh.
right.
So this, I saw things that I recognized. I saw scenes that I recognized.
Yes.
Them running for the rock in the middle of the sand to get away from the worm.
The
and,
hand in the box.
The hand in the box. You saw
Yeah.
stuff that you recognized from that original one, but I also saw stuff that I didn't recognize. So that gets me excited
Right.
that we're going to kind of go
Right.
into more of the story, because there was so much more. But when Dino De Laurentiis did this, it was Dino, right, that did the
Lynch.
was Lynch, but wasn't it a De Laurentiis? Anyway, because I think De Laurentiis, it was his production studio.
Oh,
or
it was
whatever.
his production company. Yeah. Or he was okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, so when they did this back in, what was that, the 80s, there was no way they were going to do a 3 or 4 hour movie, and this book is just
It's so
gigantic,
thick.
so
Yeah,
dense.
yeah.
So it makes me excited that we're going to get more of the story, and it's obviously visually cool.
It's visually spectacular. It's really funny because Denis Villeneuve is probably my favorite director
Yeah.
alive right now.
Yeah.
And he almost always uses Roger Deakins to do the cinematography,
Yep.
who couldn't because he wanted to tackle with Sam Mendes 1917. So that's
Right.
why he didn't get him for this movie. But it has very much a Roger Deakins kind of feel to it. So I'm really excited about that. Okay. So multiple things that I have learned today. This is part 1.
Oh,
Rumor has it they're breaking it into there's so much because the book is so big
Right.
that they're breaking it up into 2 movies, and that some of the reshoots they did do was to bridge the gap between the two. That's the rumor I heard today. God, I hope that's true.
so they've
because
potentially actually already filmed the whole thing.
the whole thing
and then cut it into
right,
2,
and
and
then
then they're
did
just
the
trying to
Kill
fill
Bill
it in.
thing, kind of fill it
Yeah.
in a little bit and
Yeah.
stuff.
Huh.
Which I hope so, because that means it's 5 hours or 5.5 hours,
Right.
and not 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Right.
And like we said, the book, the Frank Herbert book, is so dense.
Yeah.
It needs. That's why the sci-fi one I like a lot too, because they do spend the time to build each individual character, and there's so many different characters, and to build the universe and stuff. So you need to be able to do that, but do it correctly, and you can't really do it in 2.5 hours for this subject matter, is my personal
No,
opinion.
that's already been done.
That's already been done, right? I like that you talked about. There's cues in there that we know that the hand in the box scene is so important for Paul's journey into Muad'Dib, and everything that goes on with the Reverend Mother and her instant hate for Paul
Yeah.
because he pretty much broke her because he kept his hand in the box the
Yeah.
entire time, and she
Yeah.
gave up and he didn't.
Yeah.
So having that scene, but there's things in here too, like I was saying with Stilgar, like Stilgar, not guard, Stilgar. He's like in the first one very little, like the Lynch
Yeah.
one very little.
Yeah.
And so is
But
Duncan.
he's his mentor.
And
He's
right,
a big deal.
right? And Duncan Idaho again is a small character.
Yep.
Jason Momoa is playing Duncan Idaho. Oh my God, the casting in this movie is just
Yeah.
goddamn. But Idaho feels like he's gonna be a lot more into this movie.
Yeah.
We got a worm. We had to show a worm.
Yep.
That had to happen.
Yep. Looks amazing.
We get a little bit of Baron Harkonnen's Alexander Skarsgård. It's kind of like hidden or whatever. I think that's him coming up out of the ooze,
The oil
too,
or whatever. Yeah, that's what
in
I
a fat
thought,
suit.
but yeah.
The Beast, Rabin. Dave Bautista. As soon as they announced Dave Bautista is in the Dune movie. We don't know the character. He's the Beast. That's the end of the conversation. But all the visual cues are all things that I want to see.
Yeah.
because I love the Lynch version. I love the 4-hour Lynch version so much.
Yeah.
And I know it's dated, but I don't care. Like, I love that version, and I want, for this trailer, I wanted all of that stuff.
Yeah. Yep. So it lets you know this is Dune. You know, they've got the nose
This is the
breather,
yeah.
things and everything. They're, this is Dune, but it's not your father's Dune.
This is, if they do it the way that I think they're going to do it, it's Game of Thrones in space.
Which is
what
what
it was.
Yeah, it's what the book is. It's just it's very wordy.
It's very wordy. But if you're going to do that, if you're going to actually really do what the book does with Game of Thrones in space, this is going to go crazy because you got the visual styling and all that other stuff, and you get this obnoxiously huge A-list cast of everybody.
Yep.
And you see Rebecca Ferguson for like 2 seconds.
Right.
And she's Lady Jessica, and it's like she's the perfect Lady Jessica. Like, this has been my most anticipated movie for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so excited about this. The one thing I do want to address really quick before the end here, people were complaining today that they used Pink Floyd in the trailer. And a lot of the modern trailers lately have been doing some kind of version of a modern pop song slowed down or done orchestrally or some version.
Someone else is singing it.
I like it. I like when they do that.
Yeah.
It
doesn't necessarily, and I think all the ones we've seen recently, the song isn't actually in the movie.
No, it's
part of the trailer. Now, we're going to get dinged because this song is going to be in the trailer.
Yes, I will try. Will do my very best to keep it turned down.
But we will get hit.
But people complained about it today, and if you don't like it, I get that conversation. But the Lynch version was actually the second version of the book to actually get done, like started and done. It was the first one to get started and done, but the first one was the Dranowski one.
Oh yeah.
Where it was super high concept, and and there's actually a really cool documentary about them making it.
Yeah.
And Pink Floyd was doing the music for the movie. And it's perfect.
The David Lynch one. All right, I'm not gonna remember. It was like it. It was like Depeche Mode.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Depeche Mode. Yeah,
somebody like that
yeah.
did the music for that one. Again, that doesn't mean it's the music. You can have some big orchestral John Williams, kind of music going on in the movie, but that doesn't necessarily translate to the trailer where you're trying to get people hyped up. So calm down. Now, if that's the music in the movie, I may be a little more like,
I would be okay with a couple of the Pink Floyd songs in the movie, but done like with synthesizer, like more synthesized, more spacey. I know I was just about to say, but like more spacey kind of themed because, like we were saying, it's Game of Thrones in space, and Pink Floyd at times is very spacey and very Game of Thronesy. So
they used to do the laser light shows.
So it makes complete sense for this trailer. I understand people's criticisms of other trailers doing it, but it fits so perfectly. Can you tell how excited I am about this? So that is our thoughts on the Dune trailer. I could go off for another 20 minutes on just Timothy Chalamet being Paul because he's the right freaking age. So let us know what you thought of the trailer and our reaction to it. We will be talking about this movie a lot over the next few weeks and months. I've already started a Discord conversation on Facebook about it. So let us know what you thought of the trailer. Be nice to us in the comments. We're trying to keep our expectations in check on this side of the screen. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, help us out, and hit the bell for notifications. Help us out by following us on the social media stuff, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're going to watch David Lynch's 17-hour version right now. And if we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, cult members.